What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to take a look at the blog post where it talks about the next legendary character, how we're going to unlock it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on what you should do about the situation, or at least try to present two sides of the story where you can benefit either way depending on what are your goals. We're going to take a look at a perspective where you can save resources by not investing on certain teams, or maybe you should just invest, but not all characters, maybe just a few characters that have a little bit more worth. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you one example of what I'm talking about. And also, think about the video that I showed you the other day of Apocalypse with Marauders, because on the teams that we have to use for the next legendary event, you can also take advantage of the situation. So we're going to break down all this information in this video, and as always, if you like the information on it, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, you should subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay. Next legendary and trials. We don't know the legendary yet. Supposedly next week we will have the full announcement of the legendary and his team, and which game mode is going to be good at. So you'll be able to recruit the next legendary character in a forthcoming trials, and we have details below for you to prepare. You'll need a powerful squad of new Avengers and or Rebirth for difficulty 5 and 7. So this right away is a good thing for certain people. If you are a mid-range player, veteran player and so on, if you don't really care about having a maxed out legendary on day 1, then you can use your Rebirth team that you already geared up, and you can ignore the new Avengers. But we talked about this several times. I talk about this all the times on my live stream, and we have talked about this like 3 weeks ago in a video, that a lot of raid teams are falling off quite fast, and Rebirth is one of those teams that is supposedly going to be replaced within the next 3 months. So any additional investment that you are doing on this team might be a dead end. And then there is the situation that, does the Rebirth team has value in other game modes? We'll talk about more about that in a second. We're going to analyze the Rebirth characters and the new Avengers, and which team has the most clutch characters. You guys remember clutch characters like Madeline Pryor, like Echo? We had 2 examples of this type of characters this week in different videos. You should definitely check out those videos, as it has very important information, as you can see right here. Okay, so let's continue with this conversation. So once again, if you don't care about a big legendary, if you don't care about the extra rewards that you get beyond the difficulty 7, then that's fine. If you have Rebirth, that's fine. But at the end of the day, remember that this is a dead team. This is a team that will have no future going forward. However, they say, however, if you're attempting difficulty 8 or above, bring home some major rewards, then you'll need both teams. You'll need both teams. It's not one or the other. You'll need both teams. That means that one node will require one of the teams, the other node will require the other team, and then it requires both of the teams, probably. We have to remember that now these trials, these legendary events, they have at least 3 nodes that require these specific teams, as the missions will call for each trait individually. So there you go. You want more confirmation than this, you can't get it. People didn't notice, but these letters here, these words, they are in bold. They are in bold. You didn't notice? They are in bold. It doesn't seem, but they are in bold. Okay, so beyond that, we have the information that apart from the normal leaderboard, where you're going to be able to unlock the new legendary character, you'll also have exclusive bonus rewards that you won't see on subsequent runs. So this means that they kind of want you to invest on these characters as much as possible. So indeed, you can get these additional rewards. Well, we don't know the rewards, and this is why you should only gear up the characters when the event comes live. But depending on the rewards, this might be a good motivation. Guys, let's think about it. You guys are trying to save $20 worth of gold and training materials, and then you're gonna miss out on hundreds of dollars of focus catalysts, basic catalysts for the health, the origin catalysts, all these gear, origin gear, focus and health catalysts. Then you also have the awaken abilities of the next character. Then you have gear tier 17 and gear tier 18. Are you gonna miss out hundreds of dollars of worth of resources just to save a few bucks of gold and training materials? Like, I understand your point, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that sometimes you have to invest in order to get back better rewards. And if on top of the gear you're also starting to get ISO 8, T4s, and a few other things, then it's definitely going to be worth it, and you're not going to be able to skip it. Maybe we'll have materials for this new Ascension mod, because let's be honest, next patch is going to be fire. Okay, so that's right away the perspective that you need to have in order for you to analyze this event. What you're going to do. Once again, are you going to save $20 worth of gold and training materials, or are you going to do a little bit more investment and get some more rewards out of that? Okay, so now that we have all these ideas in mind, so once again, if you don't really care about the additional rewards, if you don't really care about the difficulties of the events, and you don't mind getting a legendary at low yellow stars, then of course the Rebirth is going to be a good option for you, because more likely than not you already invested on them. If you are a new player, I would definitely avoid as much as possible to invest on these characters and wait for future bio teams that you'll have, because for sure, once again, within the next 3 months you'll have a new bio raid team for sure. Okay, then we have the new Avengers. If you want to do difficulty 8 or above, then you'll have to gear up new Avengers, and that's going to be, of course, extremely important. Now, the question that we need to answer is, do we need to invest on all of them? That's a question that people need to ask, and that's a question that people are going to answer. I'm going to answer it for you right now. Other point that we have to talk about, very important, once again, as I mentioned on my previous videos, clutch characters. We have right here Echo, we have Madeline Pryor. Is any of these characters clutch characters? Let's analyze first the Rebirth team. Is Winter Soldier a clutch character outside of raids? No. He doesn't stun, he doesn't do enough damage. Together with Zemo and Red Skull, he can be a little bit good, but it's not the case right now, as those other characters have no value. Then you have Agent Venom. Is Agent Venom a clutch character? He is not. He doesn't stun, his damage is quite mediocre outside of raids. He doesn't have any kind of other functionalities, so he's another trash character. Then we have US Agent. Is US Agent a clutch character? Does he do mass stun, ability block, and so on? Yeah, he does in raids. Outside of raids, he doesn't do shit. So these three characters right away are characters that their value is going to expire. They're going to rotten like milk extremely fast as soon as their raid era is over. Then we have Captain Carter and we have Captain America. These are two characters that are very useful on the raids, of course, but they can also be used in other game modes like Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, and Dark Dimension. Most of the people that are able to one-shot the global nodes, it's because they are using Captain Carter and Captain America. But let's be honest, with the new options like the Pegasus team with Rescue and with Iron Man, well, should you invest on the trash team that is about to end their era, or should you invest on the team that was just released? So, if you are one of those people that are looking for quality of life in Dark Dimension, you are better off investing on Rescue and Iron Man Infinity War, rather than investing on these two. But speaking of Captain Carter, is this a clutch character? Absolutely not. She's absolute dog shit on her own. She doesn't do much together with Captain America either, and she just has a little bit of value, and also because she has additional gear compared to other characters, because otherwise she would not be that great. And finally we have Captain America. Captain America is sort of a clutch character because he applies deflects on spawn, he gives defense up for everyone, he gives energy for everyone, he gives immunity for everyone, he can remove positive effects from the enemies, get speed bar, depending on the ISO weight, is going to have more value, but overall is not a super amazing clutch character. It is nice to have on very specific occasions when you want to make the team that you're using a little bit more tanky, but overall it's not a mind-blowing clutch character. Now let's talk about the new Avengers. Does the new Avengers has any kind of clutch characters? Yes, a lot. They actually have quite a lot. So depending on which characters you are pairing up, Mockingbird can spread positive effects for new Avengers and for Shield. So once again, depending if you are using Nick Fury or Mary Hill or whichever other Shield character you are going to use, she's definitely going to have some value, and she spreads evades. Those evades are going to be quite powerful, and once again, depending on which ISO weight we have with her, she's going to have more value. She also summons minions that are considered decoys. Decoys will get the attention of the AI, so that's useful for you as well. Once again, more clutch value. The thing has no value, so the thing is right away the character you can delete, and obviously this is the character that you don't want to invest, or you want to invest the bare minimum in order for you to be successful on whichever difficulty you are trying to achieve. Then we have Agent Coulson. Agent Coulson will surprise many people because he's actually quite amazing when it comes down to his ultimate. Now his speed is 120, but depending on which characters you pair him up with, he might have a lot more value. And with his ultimate, you can call for assist characters like Super Skrull, characters like Dormammu, characters like Apocalypse. Yes, those characters will assist on this attack from Agent Coulson, and because of that you can have major advantage right away at the beginning of the match. Speaking of the beginning of the match, we have Ronin. Ronin, he gives speed bar, or he gives speed stats to the other new Avengers. That's going to include Tigre, the Thing, Mockingbird, and also Coulson. So as you can see, you could use, for example, Ronin, Coulson, Apocalypse, Super Skrull, and you are going to destroy turn 1 right away one of the enemies because of the assist that you are calling, and the fact that these characters will have more speed than otherwise, than other teams that we have right now in the game that rely on speed bar, and right now we have more characters that block that speed bar on spawn. So once again, you can see right away that we can use these characters as clutches to make other characters to do different abilities, like once again making sure that Super Skrull and Apocalypse are attacking turn 1. Then Ronin, he also applies blind to one target. Because of his speed, this can be quite relevant. His damage is not super impressive, but the fact of the speed alone and the blind early on can be quite decent. And he also has a second turn stun, which once again, based on his speed and which characters you pair up with him, this second turn stun might come quite early. Okay, finally we have Tigre, and Tigre, she's okay. She's a tank, she's a protector, she has a lot of evades. She taunts early on, and because she taunts early on, she's gonna have advantage. Once again, together with Ronin, she's gonna be much faster than other characters. And she's overall a fun character to play with. She's not as clutchy as Ronin and Coulson, but because she's the tank, because she does a lot of damage in Alliance Wars, you might get some huge value out of her. So as you can see, with the new Avengers, you can use these characters individually or as a 2-piece or a 3-piece and get huge values on other game modes. So you don't really have to invest on all the characters in order for you to be successful on this upcoming legendary event, and with that you can still collect all those additional rewards, and you don't have to break the bank, because yes, if you're gonna start investing like Teal Gear and in all these characters and unnecessary stuff, then of course that's gonna create a problem for you. Okay, so as you can see, there is value on investing on new Avengers, even if you think that they are not a priority or so. Yes, they are just another Alliance Wars team, but once again, if you want to be successful, if you want to have a roster that allows you to unlock certain doors that sometimes seem to be impossible to unlock, you will have to invest on certain characters like Ronin, Coulson just a little bit. It doesn't require a lot of investment. And then depending on the situation, you want to invest on Tigre or on Mockingbird. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a quick example of this mindset in action. So you're going to jump on Dark Dimension 3. Yes, and we're going to use, for example, Super Scroll on this specific situation, because once again, I want to show you that he's going to go much faster than other people, and depending on the situation, this or that other character attacking, like for example Apocalypse, might bring huge value to the table. So as you can see, they are going to go much faster. So Tigre goes already, she's going to taunt and protect your team. So this would be good right away to make sure that you are preserving the attention just on Tigre and other characters in the corner. Mockingbird is going to spread those evades to all the shield or new Avenger characters, increasing their survivability. Here we have a blind, which we can once again land on whichever character early on and prevent a lot of damage. This could be like on Icarus, right? Apply blind to Icarus early on, apply a bunch of bleeds to him as well, so you are not able to clear that blind away. And now we're gonna attack, we can attack Kingpin, and we're gonna use, you're gonna see Super Scroll attacking, you see Super Scroll attacking. That's it. Like, it could be Super Scroll, it could be Apocalypse, or it could be even both at the same time. And this is why this team is so powerful when it comes to clutch characters, clutch abilities, and making sure you are taking advantage the most of the opportunities you have. Okay, so that's gonna be it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, make sure you check out this video about Echo and Madeline Pryor. I think they are very interesting. And these are my thoughts about the upcoming legendary event and trials, where you're gonna be able to unlock not only the next legendary, but also a bunch of additional rewards, which we don't know yet, but if they are mentioned something about it, it has to be way more significant than what we had in the past. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Mouse Triforce content, and I'll catch you guys later.